Nico0514 asks, what happened to Detrax's giant god form? I don't know if he could be considered that or not. I consider that, I call that Detrax's ultimate form. Basically, it's assumed that, you know, once he takes off the Mask of Ultimate Power, he becomes the King of Perihia. He doesn't want to come off as like ominous anymore. Obviously, he's not wearing the Makuta mask. He's not carrying a shield and blades with him. I call it his peace form. That's what I call it, and that's kind of my way of explaining it. It's like, you know, once he's done with the power, he's done with the fight. He goes into this peace form. So, and then he has another question: why did Von Nebula turn evil again on the dime? I know he's not stable, but it was a little quick. I agree. I think that my way of writing Von Nebula has been a little inconsistent, and I think one of my critiques upon myself is that I've had troubles understanding exactly what I want out of Von Nebula, and I will not lie to you, the main motivation for making him return to his original form and fight Stormer in Chapter Omega was because I thought that would be a very poetic duel. But the best way I can explain this is that he's been evil the whole time. At the end of Season 2, he does say, you know, after I kill you, Xenix, I'm gonna go back there and kill all of them. So it's kind of, Von Nebula's life goal has been to assume a position of power, and he just constantly sucks at getting that position of power, right? But he needs to take his brother out. That's his first goal. His first goal, all right, I need to take Xenix out, and then I can go and kill everyone else. And so his plan was, it's actually in a way ironically similar to Xenix. He acts like he's on the hero's side again. He sympathizes with Preston Stormer, and then he does a 180 and tries to kill all of them. So again, I know it's not the most, it was quick. It was not as poetic or slowly paced as I would have preferred it to have been, but it is just, you know, learning new stuff every day. I've been able to reminisce on my old works and understand, okay, how I got from there to there, and sometimes it's not perfect. So Starguard Studios asks, what was your main inspiration for Chapter Omega in Valor? So I know that some people are going they have an answer in their heads before I even answer it. Chapter Omega is definitely my Infinity War. I think that is quite apparent, and I think it's almost too apparent. Again, this goes back to me reminiscing and understanding, all right, where did I fumble along the way? And I think the biggest fumble of Chapter Omega, other than possibly some decisions I made while advertising, where it was definitely just the on the dime resemblance to Infinity War it possessed. Now, I could sit here and I could bring up all the stuff that I loved about Chapter Omega. I loved making it, I loved this and that, and I do. I'm really proud of it. I think it's a good showcase of how I've advanced in editing and special effects and sound mixing, and even the voice actors did a great job. But I won't lie to you, obviously it's not the most original piece of work in the world. It's definitely a very Infinity War driven movie. It's like, you know, the villain wins, you know, the last shot of the movie is detrax. And I think at the end of the day, yes, Infinity War was huge on Chapter Omega. And this question also asked, what was the inspiration for Valor? Valor was weirdly a lot more original. I wrote most of the script for Valor before Endgame came out, so I know that people are probably going to be starting to draw connections. They'll be like, okay, you got us with Chapter Omega, but Valor is going to be like Endgame. And I've said this a lot, I cannot stress this enough. It's not. I wrote most of it before Endgame, which was for the better, trust me. And I'm confident that Valor is one of the more original stories I've written for my characters. It's one of the more heartfelt, straight from just my brain, and of course it's inspired by some other works, but it's not like Chapter Omega was to Infinity War. It's very much its own thing. I would put it on the same, I like to compare it to Chronicle of Biohero Season 2. I think Chronicle of Biohero Season 2 was very much an original story, and I'm very much looking forward to showing you guys what I've cooked up with Valor. So Kevlar Mox comes in and he says, okay, I got a bunch of questions. What is the release date? Why is Detrax small now? The Detrax being small thing was already explained with his peace form. Release date? I don't know. Couldn't tell you. Don't know. Alright, continuation of his questions. What was the point of detrax taking over your accounts? Is the film complete? So, the detrax taking over accounts thing was just fun, and it was also a way for me to keep watch on people's thoughts if they had any more while I was working on Valor in secret. There wasn't like a big purpose to it. It was just part of the, it was definitely, the whole thing was part of, you know, getting people to really zone in on detrax. It was sort of a film campaign. It was sort of just me just screwing around, having fun. So, and then is the film complete? Is Valor complete? It's not. It's not, but you know, making progress every day. So, Starguard Studios, what aspect of Valor are you most excited about? No spoilers, please. Well, man, you got me there. I was just about to tell everybody the whole plot to the movie. What am I most excited about? Well, there's a lot of things to be excited about. There's a lot of stuff that I'm really excited to watch unfold when it premieres live someday. But I would say at the end of the day, what I'm most excited about is, again, that like original aspect of it. I don't think... maybe someone could predict like how it plays out. No one has so far. I'm just most excited for you guys to see. This is probably the best showcase of like how my writing has improved. The cinematography is much more personal than it was in Chapter Omega. It's very focused on the characters. The pacing is slower, but not egregiously slow. I don't even know if that's a word, egregiously. It just sounds like a word. It's not painstakingly slow. It's just definitely, it takes its time more than Chapter Omega did. So I'm more excited for you guys to see like how different it is from Chapter Omega and how I've improved in all these little corners of filmmaking. So, Starguard Studios asks, which figure mock has been the most annoying to film with and why? That has to be Ultimate detrax. Ultimate detrax, although I would say he looks really cool and he looks very imposing, he doesn't stand up very well at all. His legs are unfortunately connected using just one ball joint. They don't have any connections through axles and stuff like that that help to add some friction to his legs. No, man, his hips are just like little bony hips. They're covered by armor, so you can't notice them that much, but yeah, I remember on the beach, so here's a little behind the scenes fact for you. The beach scene where detrax is like standing up, every time he was standing up, other than in like one shot, there's one shot where Tectonic is looking at detrax and he's standing on his own. Almost every other shot, either I had to be holding the camera and holding his back up, or my dad was there too, and I actually had my dad like holding his arms, so there might be a shot where detrax's arm looks extended because my dad is holding his fist so that he doesn't fall over or topple over. And that beach was very windy, so that made it a lot worse. But he's even bad when it's not windy. Like, I have to like completely readjust him a lot, because I'll be filming, my back turned to the figure of Ultimate detrax, and I'll hear a crash of plastic parts, and you know, my heart sinks, and I'm like, oh, I gotta go set up detrax again. He's a fatty patty, guys. He's awful to film with. Elvis H. Monk asks, pears or apples? I think pears have the potential to be great, but they're consistently overshadowed by the aggressive and intense and unfair marketing that apples get. So, ZB Hockey 2 asks, how's quarantine been so far? It's all right, man. I get my classes done really early. I get to work on Valor a lot, FaceTime friends a lot, you know, just kind of chilling. So it's not bad. I'm not complaining. Taith Fun Production asks, pizza or burger? That's a tough one, man. I love both of them, but I would say right now I'm craving a burger more. I could go for a burger right now. Callie Scholes asks, what's your plans for After Valor? First of all, Callie Scholes is our yearbook editor at my high school, so shout out to her. What's your plans for After Valor? I will be going to get a film production degree. I will be going 4-year college film production degree. I just held up 5 fingers. 4-year college film production degree. It's okay, guys. I'm ready. I'm ready to go. I think I already talked about the channel and stuff, but yeah, I know you guys aren't here to hear about my personal life too much, but yeah, I will be attending 4-year college and learning the stuffs about the films. Alright, L Productions 136 asks, how was Burno able to return even after getting Chapter Omega'd? So, I won't go into what Burno is too much. Some people might not know what he's talking about. It's basically sort of a meme that we've created in the live group chats that we have on premieres and stuff like that I've been holding for a long time. And L, I cannot stress this enough, Burno is still dead, man. Like, Chapter Omega hasn't been, like, reversed. You know, like, everybody's still dead, so... Tyrannical545, any other biotubers you were hoping to have in Omega? This is a loaded question, and there's a lot of, I can't talk much about it. It's not that I can't talk much about it, it's that I'd rather not in a public YouTube video. Yes, there's quite a few people that were lined up to be in Chapter Omega, but gosh, what did the director of Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness say before he left? He said creative differences. It's probably the worst, most vague, most heartbreaking phrase in all of Hollywood, in all of the creative arena. But unfortunately, in this community, there has to be creative differences. It sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? But yes, there were biotubers, creative differences. Alright, Scotty Boy, why retirement now? What's not there anymore, or whatever? I want to assume you're talking about detrax and not me, because, I don't know, the question doesn't really make sense for me. Detrax isn't necessarily retired, he's just retired from, like, needing to wipe out the universe, because he did it. Very much like Thanos, he did what he said he was going to do, and now he is going to live his life as King of Perihia, as King of Peace. More metaphorically, he literally is the symbol of a newfound peace. Revox Mox asks, JS Detrax gonna show up? I think he was typing fast, so this looks kind of messed up, but I think maybe you're asking, is Detrax gonna show up? Detrax is in the trailer for Valor, so yes, he's in the movie. And then Zenon Schmitz, to close off this Q&A, says, love you too. That's in response to the little message I put on the Q&A, the little photo I made to announce the Q&A. Okay, well that was a good pastime. That was a good, I don't know, 20 minutes. I'll probably have to split this into 2 parts because I ramble a lot. Gosh, what else can I say, guys? We're really on the journey here to the end. And I mean that this time. I know you guys don't trust me anymore, but I really mean that. Valor, when it ends, you'll understand. You'll know. That's kind of all I have to say. I teeter on the edge of, man, what can I say about Valor? But you know, if you need to know anything, the teaser trailer's there for you. So that's about it, guys. Thank you guys for supporting me. I noticed that it doesn't seem like my support has really died down, even though I was gone for 3 months. So that's really great. Thank you guys for honestly just entering the Detrax's quarantine party. I love showing people some lesser known stuff. The other night we had a showing for a series that not many people have seen, and it was awesome to see people interacting with the creator, and it was great. It was great. Yeah, that's it, man. That's all I got for you. There's a lot of spoilers over there. That's why you get to look at the Chapter Omega poster, because that's not a spoiler anymore.